Hey guys, I'm Tech from TechDriven, and today we're going to talk Apple. Apple, of course, released a new Mac Pro, aka cheese grater. And of course, a lot of people would say it's a joke. Some people say they were really looking forward to it. And of course, even I made a video regarding how badly embarrassing that presentation was. And if you want to see that, there's a card here somewhere in a corner. So when it came to presentation of the Mac Pro, I think, and a lot of people would probably agree with me, is that Apple sort of made a fool out of themselves a little bit. So here's the thing, I might be making fun of Apple, how outrageous their presentation was, but in fact it was. I'm not saying that the Mac Pro is bad, because believe it or not, it does have a potential. However, but the way that Apple presented it is as a consumer grade product for professionals. This is sort of like an enterprise computer meant for professional work in video, audio, and editing. But overall, it's not bad. It has really potential of being used by a lot of people, and I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people that will actually buy it and use it, and they will definitely pay the premium price, but at least they'll get really use out of it. The Mac Pro would be considered an enterprise computer for at least for its price tag. The thing about Apple is that they presented this enterprise machine for consumer, so a consumer can own it. And that's why they introduced the $6,000 price tag, which is really a joke. The biggest joke of it all is that they introduced this entry-level professional computer for $6,000 that has mediocre parts inside and pretty much is a skeleton. And so they're advertising it specifically to consumer for $6,000. And that's why I call that a joke. They should not have introduced a professional machine and they stick 256GB SSD in it. That's a joke by itself. If they called it out that this computer is going to start at $10,000, you're getting a 16-core Xeon processor, nice video card, you're getting 1 terabyte or 2 terabytes of SSD, 1400 watt power supply. So here's the thing, a lot of people I think would agree with me, and let me know in the description below if you do, is if Apple came out with a $10,000 computer, and they said this is a starting price, $10,000, but it includes 1 or 2 terabytes SSD, Vega Pro video card, Xeon with 16 core or something related processor. It's meant for professionals, and I think that would at least looks like a professional equipment. So when you see that price tag, it's sort of, sure, it's overpriced slightly, but it's still something that's reasonably be considered a pro computer, especially when it comes to $10,000+ However, when you slap in a $6,000 price tag and you're not getting a professional computer, even though it has a potential to be a professional computer, then this is sort of a joke, as really 256 gigabytes in this time. I mean, who in the hell would be using a new computer in 2019 or starting 2020 with 256 gigabytes of storage? It's simply inaccessible, especially when it comes to working on video. Pictures maybe would be okay, but working on video, I mean, you really need a lot of storage. However, those two 10GB internet ports are located in the power supply. So if your power supply fails, then of course your 10GB connection as well. And if your 10GB connection fails, so does your power supply. This is something that Apple should not have combined, but yeah, they did. And it will definitely hurt them and the consumer at the same time. So once we get under the hood, the problem comes in, and it's really obvious. Once you install 2 modules with video cards, you don't really have much options when it comes to expansion. You're left with 3 PCI card slots, which don't give you much expansion really. So I mean, for this kind of enterprise money, regardless if you're a professional or not, you would expect this computer to last you for about 10 years. And still be fully usable. May not be the greatest computer, but it should be still usable. But when it comes to Apple, I don't think you're gonna get 10 computers of continuous usage out of it. But let me know what you think, and like, dislike, subscribe. Let me know what you think.